Hi everyone, and welcome to this video on how we're going to link our domain that we have purchased to our System.io account so that our blog link or our blog URL has that domain. So you will know that the Wet My Plants page that is used in all of my examples and trainings has the System.io link still in the URL, because this is the free URL that you are given with your free System.io account for you to start your website and start your business online. We would like to get a custom domain, so that's what we're going to do today. If you haven't seen my video on how we purchased our domain, then you can go and have a look at that. It's on our YouTube and I'll link it below as well. And then we're going to jump back in here now that we've purchased our domain, and this is a video on how we link that to System.io. So we're going to go up to our settings, click on our settings and scroll down the left hand side to custom domains. Click on that and you will see there that the one custom domain is the System.io domain there that is provided free for use to get your business started. We're going to link our custom domain now here so that we can then begin using that as our URL. So I'm going to click on this add domain and we're going to type in the URL the name, the second level domain and the top level domain that we purchased in the last video. So there's our domain that we purchased, wetmyplants.com. And we're going to save that into the system. Once we've clicked save, that'll think for a little while, and then we'll have another pop-up window will appear, and then we will have to do our DNS records. So here we go. So here is our DNS configuration. So this is how we tell our domain provider, in this case it's Namecheap, how we tell our domain provider that yes, System.io does have permission to use this custom domain that we have purchased. So we're going to copy the CNAME records into our DNS records in Namecheap. So we're going to jump across to Namecheap and I'll show you how to do that now. Okay, here we are signed into Namecheap and you can see here wetmyplants.com, the domain name that I have purchased for this website. And we're going to go across to the right and click on Manage. Let that load up. And then you'll see across the top here, some options up the top here. We're going to go and click on Advanced DNS. When you get into this section, you will see a list of all the records that you have inputted for different things for your website. Because this domain is very new, there's only the two automatic ones that will be there from setting up your domain with Namecheap. We're going to add a new record so that Namecheap has permission to talk to System.io. So we're going to click Add New Record. It's going to ask us what record we're going to be adding. We're adding a CNAME record. And then we have this bar across here where we will put in our information. So it's a CNAME record, the host and the target. So the host, if we go back to System.io, so we copy our host, which is www, and we copy that into our CNAME record, into our host. And our target is this string of code here. So we'll highlight and copy that over and click Save. That will add that CNAME record up there. That's done. And so we add a second one, another CNAME record. And this time our host is the string of code that is before the domain that we purchased. So here's the domain that we purchased, wetmyplants.com. So we copy this string of code that is before that. We'll copy that and we'll pop that over in the host of our second record. And the target for our second record, if we jump back over here, is this entire line of code here. So we'll copy that over into our target and click Save. Now that we've got our CNAME records both there loaded into our advanced DNS section of our purchased domain or our custom domain, it can take a while for all the little widgets in the back end to start talking to each other so that our domain provider will be allowed to talk to our system.io. So we'll click out of here, and what we'll see is we'll see a pending validation notification there on our custom domain that we have linked to system.io, and that can take up to a few hours to a few days to get that validation to come through. As I said, all the little widgets behind are all doing their thing, and they will eventually start talking to each other, and when they do, we will see this ready to use, and we'll be able to then transfer our website, our blog, over to our custom domain. I'll let you know how long that takes, and I'll pop back in when that's validated. Okay, we're back again to check if our custom domain is ready to use so that we can set that up with our website. So we've come back into our system.io account, and we're going to navigate over to our settings, scroll down to our custom domains, and we can see now that it says ready to use. So that now has the CNAME DNS records have gone through. So I'm letting you know that it is now the next morning from when I recorded the first half of this video. I did check yesterday afternoon and it wasn't ready to use, so I've come back this morning after leaving it overnight, and it is now ready to use. So we want to use this as our default domain. Now we've got our .com. So we've got our second level domain, Wet My Plants, and we've got our top level domain, the .com top level domain that I was after. So we're now going to go across to our three dots, and we're going to mark domain as default, and we're going to confirm that, and you will see once we've done that, our green tick now moves up to our custom domain that we have purchased here, and that will be the custom domain for all of our funnels and blogs and courses that we create with system.io. We'll now use that custom domain. Now, if you have already begun creating a website or a blog using your free system.io domain name, then you will need to go into the settings of that and change it to your new custom domain that you have purchased. If you have not already started your blog or your web page, then when you go in, you will have the option to choose this. It will be the default in that drop-down menu. So because we have already begun to create our web page, we're going to go into there now, and we're going to change from the free default domain to our new custom domain. So we're going to go to the blogs tab, click on our blog that we've begun to create. You can see here that it's still under the free system.io domain there. So we're going to click on it and go into it, go up to the top right and click on our blog settings, and here you will see a drop down menu under the title domain name. We're going to click on that drop down menu, choose our new custom domain. You will see that it automatically changes the URL path to that .com custom domain that we have purchased. When we click save, we will see that our list of pages that we have already created now have the .com domain name, the custom domain name that we have just purchased. Our post, our community, our test page, our about, and our contact all have that custom domain now.